Imagine being in a car with a friend of a friend, and they're driving down this dark road, and you ask them, "Where are we going?" And they say to you, "Well, we're just driving." And so you're like, "Where are we driving? And where are we going? I mean, what do we plan to do when we get there?" And the friend of a friend says, "I don't know. We're just going to drive and figure it out when we get there." Okay, this may be a little curious and maybe you think it's fun for a little while, but then you realize that this drive is taking a lot longer than you anticipated. And the night has turned to day and night again, and there's still no direction or purpose or plan for where you're going. You do not want to be in this car. You want to get out of this car immediately because this person has no idea where they're going. Don't be that person. You want to have a vision for your business. You want to have a plan for your business. You want to have the right mindset. Today on Thinking Out Loud, we are talking about those two powerful pillars of vision and mindset that will allow you to get your business to where you want it to go. It's going to give you vision. It's going to give you direction. It's going to give you purpose. It's going to allow you to reach your destination. Don't go in the dark down the road with no destination in sight, with no way to get there, and with no vision to see where you're going. Today, we're going to dive deeper into vision and mindset right now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Proverbs 29:18. When there is no vision, the people perish. You want to have a vision for your business. Vision is that God-given glimpse of what your life could be like if you stay out of that survival mode. Your job, it may have you in survival mode. What you're doing currently, if you know, you know. Okay? Sometimes you go to work and you have it in you. If you are desiring to be an entrepreneur, that is in you. You think about it all the time. You have some vision of what you want to do for a business. It's in you. You breathe it. You live it. It keeps you up at night. You're thinking about it when you could be resting. You're up thinking about your vision of what you could do. You have a vision for where you want to be, what you want your business to be, the people you want to serve in your business. Write it down. Write the vision, make it plain. And that's what we want to talk about. So, your vision, what do you want to do? I'm going to give you an example of the vision statement that I could use for what I'm currently doing, which is to live a life of freedom, faith, and impact, building a business that allows me to be fully present with my children, right? Serve other women and walk boldly in purpose. So that could be a vision statement because that's the life you want to live. Where do you see yourself? You know, when you get there, you got to have a vision for where you're going to live that life and empowering yourself and being able to be with your kids and be able to not feel drained after work and being able to service this community of women who wants to have their own business, professional women, whatever your business idea is. And it doesn't have to be necessarily another nursing aspect business. It could be any business, but whatever's been on your heart to do. Write that vision down, make it plain, make it so simple. You ain't got to overcomplicate it, but just make it what you have envisioned for your life, for your business to be. Now, vision is not mission. Mission is more so what you're going to do. So, for example, maybe you to have a business where you help other people lead a healthier lifestyle so that they can live longer, enjoying having a higher quality of life, and so that you can help others and build a business that allows you to be at home with your children. Okay, maybe that's along the lines of your vision statement, but what you're going to do would be your mission statement. So maybe you are going to create recipes that allow for healthier cooking. You are going to educate people through books or recipe books, and you're going to educate them through just one-on-one lessons, or what, however you plan to do that thing that you need to do to carry out the vision. So mission is to do, vision is the vision, the sight of where you want to go, where you want to be. So putting those together and writing it down. Now, Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. So when I think about that scripture, you want to write it down, right? And it says that so that he may run who reads it. Now, for me, that means that yes, it's so simply wrote down that they can read it, they can understand it, they can go ahead and carry it out and go on with the business. That also means to me, and I think about it, kind of strategic planning. It's a strategy, it's writing it down, it's having systems in place that others can follow and copy in your business. If that means employees under you, you have written it down so that they can go ahead and you don't have to keep going over this and going over this. It saves time. You have your system in place. The employee can come right in and go right into that system. Your family, if something were to happen to you, they can go right into that system that you have wrote down, that you have made it plain, you have wrote it down, that they can go ahead and follow. And because that's the thing that when you have a business, I think sometimes the businesses fall off generation to generation. I could be wrong, but generation to generation, because they're not educated on business or how to keep the business running. They just handed it over, and maybe they may not have the same passion, but they may not have the same education of how to keep the business going and knowing about business. And if you have those systems, I feel like that would definitely help the business to keep going. So you definitely want to write it down, make it plain, make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it, especially in the beginning. So I think that'll just give you more direction in how to go. Now, a big part of all of this is mindset. We talked about this a little bit on the previous video about how you can't allow those negative thoughts to stop you. So that's part of your mindset. You want to think those positive thoughts. You want to get clear on your vision. You want to get clear on the mission of what you're going to do, even if that's starting with one simple thing. And you want to have a clear mindset about where you want to go. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's according to Henry Ford. When you start to think like a CEO, even while you are wearing your scrubs, everything will change. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. And that's according to Henry Ford. So as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So power of life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you want to speak those positive things. You want to your business, thinking of it like your baby. You want to speak. You want to live it. You want to say it out loud. You want to become so familiar. You want to, just really know it. So, and I'm telling you this, but I'm also digesting this as well so that I can move forward in my business. Like I said, we're learning and we're growing together. So write that vision down that you have for your business. Write your mission statement. Maybe you don't know every aspect yet, but maybe you brainstorm some ideas and you can write those down. Get rid of those negative thoughts. Really put everything into aspect of what was going on in your life. In the previous video, we talked about transformation and how it begins with awareness. So if you did the homework from last time, you went through those things that drain you, things that you do well, things that maybe you haven't been doing well, what's holding you back from achieving your goals and so forth. If you did that homework, then you know what areas you need to start working on, and you know what areas may cloudy your vision or try to cloud your vision, but don't let it do not let it cloud your vision. Stay with it, guys. So I want to give you like another homework, because we got to keep working on this thing. So I want you to give yourself grace and put these plan principles into action. Okay, now we talked about assessment, so I want you to think about where you are mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then that's going to be part of our assessment, because we nurses up in here, right? So we know about ADPI, we know about assessment, diagnosis, So we diagnosing ourselves, like what's wrong, what we need to do. Is it ineffective? It's ineffective strategic planning. It's ineffective vision making. It's pain due to survival mode in the workplace, and it is related to decreased pay, decreased value. Okay, somebody know what I'm saying out there. But we are going to assess and we are going to diagnose ourselves. What beliefs are keeping us stuck? What mindset, what thoughts in our minds keeps us stuck? Okay, we want to get past that fear, the anxiety, the imposter syndrome, moving past all those things so that we can build our business. It's time, it's overdue. It's past time. We got to get started and get moving. Okay, so then we can do our plan, because remember, what we don't assess, what we don't know, how can we plan for it if we have not become aware of it? So that's why awareness is really important. And now we move into that vision and mindset that allows us to get clear on what our diagnosis is. And then now we could come with the intention and make a plan that is strategic to where we're trying to go, and put those actionable steps in place to get us there through the mission and what we're going to do. So we're going to plan what are our thoughts and our habits that need to shift and change. And doing those things slowly but surely. By thinking, writing it down, it makes it more in our face, kind of noticeable. Sometimes writing it down, it just really helps things to stick as well. So you may want to write it down, write your vision down, make it plain. Okay, so encouragement and actionable steps that I want you to do. I want you to write down the life that you desire. It is something about writing things down, because I remember like years ago, I had wrote down when I wanted to have a house, when I wanted to have a car, and I did not see that thing for like years had went by. And then I looked back at it, and then a couple of those things that were on the list had actually happened, and really not too far off from the timing that I had asked for them to happen, or I hoped for them to happen. So it's something powerful in writing things down. I mean, it says it in the Bible to write it down. So write it down. All right, mindset. You want to go through and write down, what am I believing about myself that God never said? Okay, He created us in His image. Okay, we want this mind to be in us that is also in Christ. So we want good things. Okay, why do we allow these negative things, these negative thoughts to take over? And that's not even what God said about us. I mean, who report you believing up in here? So go through those things, write them down, and address them head on. Okay, you are not stuck, you are not shifting, you are stepping into the purpose of what God called you to be and designed you to be. So get clear on your vision, get clear on your mission, your mindset, and write it down. Get you a piece of paper, a notebook, or a journal. I do have a journal here. It's called the Professional Brand Development Journal. I think this is a very good journal that you can go through and write down things and write down your vision. But I think it will also help you when you are dealing with survival mode on your job, because on the job, on the job will test you. Okay, it's gonna push you to your purpose. If it's really your purpose, you're going to begin to shift your mindset from working in the W-2 life to being your own boss, because there's a difference. And then as you become more clear on your vision, your eyes begin to be open. And when you're on your job, you want to begin to notice things good and bad, because maybe there's something on your job that you notice that's not right, that in your business you don't want to do, or you can learn a lesson from, and you can write those things down. What things are you being manipulated by in those toxic environments? What people around you are draining and toxic, and those habits that are keep coming up? How will you change your mindset on those things? And then how will that affect your brand? How will that affect who you are becoming? Because you have to shift the mindset. So if you need to write it down, this is a professional brand journal by Dr.George Neal. So I want you guys to check this one out. You can get this on Amazon. So to come in and talk about more about this, because this book, this journal, it talks about things that happen. It talks about your reaction to what happens. And did your reaction help or hurt your professional brand? And what would you do differently next time, and the takeaways from it? So get clear, guys, get clear. Write down the things that are going on in your life about journaling. Something about journaling anyway that helps. I've always liked writing things down, diaries, journals, and so forth. But write your vision, make it plain, and then we'll come back next time. And hopefully you guys will have written it down and you can share in the comment section about your goals, your business, if you already have one, or you want to share some insight, or if you are building your business and you're making those steps, and I want to hear about it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know about your business. If you don't spread the good news, you have to promote yourself too. So, all right, guys, that is going to be it for today on this episode of Thinking Out Loud. And I hope you come back and join me for another episode where we'll dive a little bit more into transformation. I'm thinking about that car that was just going nowhere. Don't be in that car, y'all. Don't be in that car and they don't know where they're going. And who wants to be in that business or put invest into a business that don't even know where they going? So we ain't doing that over here. So get clear on your vision and your mindset. And I will see you guys next time on Thinking Out Loud. Take care, guys. Bye.